On your feet, recruit, the drill instructor screamed. A supernatural force dragged me from my rack to face my antagonist. I clawed and tore, but was too weak to properly defend myself. My fingernails splintered and the tips bled as I scraped and scratched desperately. I could not face him. The ground shook beneath his feet with every lumbering step. He was a juggernaut, not at all like a human being. His clothes were smoldering. Blood leaked from his eyes. He smelled of burnt flesh. I could not face him. When he spoke, it was like the voice of the dead. All of the dead. All of them. He breathed hard. I felt his thick, caustic breath on my face. I could not face him. I bolted to my right, towards the door that would lead to the courtyard, to my freedom. Obstructing my frightened steps were the dismembered parts of my friends. Jonesy, Felix, Castillejo, Francisco, Bell, Reinhardt, Watson, Carter. Their hands grabbed at my ankles, pleading with me to succumb to the demon, to save their lives. Still with the demon's breath hot on my neck, pointed teeth tore my shoes. I evaded the outstretched tentacles of the dead that attempted to pull me asunder. The toxic smell of ammonia invaded my nostrils as I inhaled the stench of voided bowels and sterilized barracks. At the end of the room, I saw the light of the door. My salvation. I sprint, tearing through the pernicious elements that would have me as a captive. My shoulder strikes the door first, concussing it at the right angle to pop the hinges. I tumbled through the gateway, and as I retook my feet, I took notice of my surroundings. Surrounded by massive snow-capped mountains and desert as far as the eye could see, I knew immediately where I was. Afghanistan? Fuck that. I turned to go back inside, and the darkness sweeps me away. I felt the cold winter wind bite at my feet. My toes throbbed as the cutting frost chilled me to the bone. I had the dream again. The same dream that has tormented me since that Afghan spring. Castillejo stepped on a pressure plate on our first patrol. Instant pink mist. Jonesy caught a piece of shrapnel in the neck. A 1/4 centimeter piece of metal clipped his carotid artery. He bled out too fast for it to have been painful for him. It nearly killed me. Shit. I gotta get my mind together. Where am I? Under the fucking bridge again? Why does this keep happening to me? Questions flooded my mind. Every time I had this dream, every single time, which broke down to 3 or 4 times a year. Every single time I woke up under this fucking bridge. I'm still dressed like yesterday. Well, for the most part. I got my pants, I got my shirt, wallet. I'm missing a boot again. Always missing a damn boot. No sun crept up over the hill as I climbed to the top of the ravine. Instead, the cavity was flooded with thick malignant smog. Its fingers reached out to me, offering to violently usher me to the floor. The climb left my feet hurting, especially the one with no boot. In the crisp winter temperatures, I was just hoping to keep all 10 of my toes. The first time I woke up here, I was found by my then-girlfriend, Nandi. The chocolate-skinned, Coke bottle-shaped goddess who I thought I loved, was never really sure. I was much more in love with new sensations than I was with any particular woman. Nandi was not a stupid woman, and used her intellect to get herself a career instead of a broken heart. Articulate as she was beautiful. No, more so even. She built her illustrious career as the downtown lawyer who fought to keep Foster Elementary open, Clancy before that. She warred valiantly against social injustices, as well against the cancer that wrought her body. She was the stuff of lore, if you ask me. The thought of Nandi warmed me, as my thought gave way to times past. Nandi's life was different now. She is no place for ain't shit PTSD-inflicted vet like me. I've cheated on her at least 30 times, gave her chlamydia twice. I've stolen money from her bank account, opened lines of credit using her social security number. I've beat her down, blacked her eye, bloodied her lip, then proceeded to dig at her emotionally. She shouldn't be paying for my meals or buying me clothes when the seasons change. I've been living on the streets for just about 2 years now. Her and I are in different worlds. I've learned that karma's not a bitch. She's usually right on time. I walked to the bus stop at the end of the street. The day was gray. No sun, no blue sky, no green grass. The streets were covered with gray slush, the buildings with gray soot. To the north past the hills, you could see pillars like great cigars breathing toxic smoke into the sky. To the south, you could see the river. The water frozen in a black-blue hue, supported no life. No fish swam there, no river ecology. Decades of industry left the river as barren as the great American wasteland that was created as the plague swept America's breadbasket. "5 years ago, on my second tour, we received word that we were being extended by 5 months. No further details. As in, we had to do 5 more months on a shithole fob in shithole Afghanistan, shitting shitty MREs into shithole porta-shitters. In August, a lone C-130 arrived at Sutram Air Base. "Leave the gear, bring the men," yelled a shadowy, gruff-looking contractor to an Air Force combat controller. Battle-scarred and having embarrassingly endured massive casualties on this campaign, Colonel Victor Benjamin had no further recourse. The act of abandoning $3 million of top-secret military equipment, vectors, daggers, Singars, radios, and weapons might have drawn a firing squad just 6 months earlier. Something had changed. Our arrival was greeted without fare, without family. When the hatch of the C-130 opened, the shadowy, gruff contractor stood at the tail ramp, ready to address us. We were tired, we were injured and maimed. We were ready to go home. Over the past 5 months, the homeland has been in peril. Terrorists have attacked our soil, literally. Our grass, our vegetation has been infected with the deadly toxin that has killed nearly all of America's wildlife, and nearly 70% of our population. God rest their souls. The world is going to be different than you remember it. Vastly different. People have been forced to adapt to a scarce supply of processed foods that we have been able to provide. The next part may be particularly difficult to hear. All of your families are safe. We recognize your service and sacrifice to American interests. We wanted to make sure that your families would be taken care of during this time of tragedy. They have housing, they have food and clean water. But you cannot see them. "Man, what the fuck is this?" yelled Corporal Grayson. "I didn't go fight the rag kids for the 3rd straight time for this. Who the fuck are you anyways?" "Corporal Grayson, believe me, I echo your sentiments completely. You men are better than heroes in my book. I have need of men of your skills, battered and wounded as you are. A program for men returning home to a world that is different than the one they left. A chance to reclaim lost glory for the homeland. See, like I said, America is different now. It was proposed that I bring the equipment back and stage an elaborate plane crash in which you would all die tragically," the shadowy contractor explained somberly. "It came to a vote. Thank God the day is won." My goodness. Why would they? Stealing our lives. "The citizens of the homeland have decided not to add you to the National Feeding Program Registry, which means legally, you can't eat in this country. The people of America have put it to a vote and decided that you should starve. I voted that you should live. I guess you can see the conflicts of interest." You could hear weeping from among the men, hard men, Marines. We had waited so long to come home, to hug our kids, our moms, our families. We've waited so long to be greeted with fanfare, kisses, and free meals and free pussy. Most of us were very familiar with PTSD, and with the idea that there would be no warm hugs or meals to return to. The prognosis looked bleak. "Come with me, men. Come live and recover from the ravages of war. We have medical facilities, we have water, we have food. I can offer you better than the starvation that the war will provide." Apprehensive, Second Lieutenant Donald stammered. We don't even know what you want in return." The grizzled, shadowy contractor peered over the rims of his glasses toward the young officer. "My name is Hex, sir, and I ain't gonna ask you to do nothing you ain't never did before.